Welcome to Modular Games, everybody. My name is Kyle. Today we're going to be talking about this book right here. This is my book. It's currently on Kickstarter. Check it out in the link below the video. And the question of the hour is, what is this book and why do you care? Thank you for asking that question in such an amazingly polite fashion. But honestly, this is the question that you should be asking about my book and everyone's product. What is it and why should you care? And the short answer to that in this case is, if you remember what the OGL scandal was and you care, then you also care about my book. If you don't know what that was, I suggest you go look it up. But if you still don't care, then you probably don't care about my book either. The short version is that there's a company that I'm going to call WotC, and they decided that it would be a good idea to claim the intellectual property rights of every third-party content creator that ever produced content for their game. And needless to say, this was a great surprise to everybody, and they decided they did not want to be associated with WotC anymore. They said, no, we don't really trust you anymore. We're about role-playing games, not about your game. And they started producing their own tabletop role-playing games. We have an explosion of new games being produced, openly published, openly advertised to you and me and everyone else. Things like Daggerheart by Critical Role, things like MCDM Productions game, which still hasn't received its title yet. We have the production by the Dungeon Coach. We have Black Flag by Cobalt Press. I'm pretty sure it has a new name now. We have a lot of these things. The problem is that none of these new systems are compatible with each other. Every single one of them has a large following, and many people want to play all of those games, but they're not compatible with each other. They don't have matching rule sets. They don't have anything in common with each other other than being tabletop role-playing games. And so you kind of have to pick. They're competing with each other, but I don't like that. I want to have my cake, and I want to eat it too. I want it all. And so I wrote this book. This book allows you to translate between multiple role-playing game systems. All you have to do is open up, find the page you're looking for. Hey, look, D20 dice. You pop out one of these nice little cards and say, hey, this is how I translate between that game over there and this game over here. There are all sorts of different sections through it. You can go through ability scores, you can go through dice systems, you can go through initiative systems, basic mechanics of every form and format. Well, what if you want to play Vampire the Masquerade? Except that you're not really playing Vampire the Masquerade, you're not the monster, you are hunting the monsters, and you want to use the character classes from Daggerheart. Yeah, I got you covered. Okay, let's say you want to play MCDM Productions game, but you really liked the idea they presented right at first, where they were going to not have little math rocks, but that you were going to have dice with symbols on them, and you use a narrative storytelling dice system, kind of like Genesis. Well, I got you covered on that too. Well, let's say that you don't trust anybody and you want to produce your own game from scratch. Well, you can do that in about 15 minutes with this book. Honestly, I want to put the freedom, all the power, all the freedom in your hands. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me why I'm crazy and it's a terrible idea to do all this. I'll talk to you next time.